Okay, so today I'm going live. Ash is going to join me and he'll be interviewing me. I'm facilitating at Bloom Festival, which is coming up in July, and Ash is the creator, birther of Bloom Festival. Good morning, everyone. I love this. So I'm just going to wait till Ash joins, and then we're going to speak to Bloom Festival, to the offering of the Embodied Heart that I'll be facilitating at Bloom Festival, and see what wants to emerge from there. I love all these hearts that are coming through. Here he comes.
Hey darling, can you hear me all right?
Yeah. Hey, we did
Oh,
it.
yeah, my headphones are in now. Beautiful.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. We got the tech working first shot. That was much easier than Facebook.
Yeah, Instagram's the go.
Okay, should we dive in?
Dive in, take the lead.
Great. Okay, so I am interviewing the very talented Bella for Bloom Festival, which is a festival that we are leading and is coming up on the 7th till the 10th of July. It's got the fun and the adventure and the playfulness of the festival, and also the intentionality and the quality of presence that comes from a transformational retreat. And Bella is one of my favorite facilitators in the area. So Bella, I'm like just super excited to be able to explore your genius and what it is that you do. Bella's going to be facilitating a workshop at Bloom called the Embodied Heart. And this workshop's about tuning into your emotional body and unraveling the layers of mind and defense so that we can drop into our deepest truth and really discover what's real for us. And that's my best attempt at describing it. I've done this workshop a couple times before and I've absolutely loved it. So Bella, you're going to be going a little bit deeper into what this workshop and what this body of work is all about. But before we dive into that, I want to hear a little bit about your experience of emergence. So the festival, Bloom Festival, was born from a festival that we ran over New Year's called Emergence. And this is like the bigger, better, more deeply intentional version of that. So Bella, what was your experience of emergence? How was it for you? Why did you decide to facilitate again at Bloom?
Yeah, so my experience of emergence was like when I zoom out now, it's really obvious how emergence was this pivotal point of pulling community together, creating and deepening connection, as well as facilitating an unraveling of kind of all of the protection mechanisms that keep us separate from each other, right? So it felt really obvious that emergence was this pivotal moment of like, okay, we're here as community, and we share values and we share vision and we share desire for connection and play and authenticity and emergence facilitated that so powerfully and beautifully. And there's no doubt in my mind, like in my body more so, that I wanted to come back. It's just like I could live in those spaces, spaces where everyone's just free to be them, authentic, so like full, and also safe to bring whatever parts of them are present. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It was quite a thrilling experience having like 150 people who seem to all really love and so deeply passionate about being like um, so utterly authentic in a
Yeah.
real mature way. It's like
Yeah.
we know how to have fun. Like we're here to have fun and
Yeah.
celebrate life, but with a really deep maturity about how we relate to one another
Yeah,
and how we
exactly.
connect. And it's like that the little sort of community that's revolved around us in the Northern Rivers and the magic that I've discovered here, it was like, oh, there's actually hundreds of people out there who value
Mm.
these things. And when we all come together, like there's an aliveness and an energy
Yeah.
that is not present in a little friendship circle. So it was pretty
Right.
damn exciting.
It was.
Mm.
Ah. Mm.
So let's talk about your workshop, Bella. Tell me
Mm.
like what is the embodied heart? What is this workshop?
Mm. So yeah, I feel you did kind of distill its essence at the start, which really is about dropping into a place of authenticity. So a place beneath the facades and beneath the masks that we wear, and um, really accessing that deeper truth that lives beneath those layers of protection. And so the embodied heart is like a space that facilitates vulnerability, it facilitates internal safety. So there's an ease in dropping in and accessing these layers of deeper truth. So really, at its core, it's supporting people to create safety internally through compassion and self-love and embodiment and mindfulness, and from that place of internal safety, it's like there's no need for the mechanisms of the mind or protection to come into place. It's like, oh, there's confidence, there's ease and authenticity and expression. You can just be you and feel the way you want to feel, express the way you want to express, because there is this sense of safety. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. Um, yeah, when I attended your workshop, there was um, like what the thing that you showed me was this um, really soft and gentle yet determined commitment
Mm.
to um, radical honesty
Mm.
with what
Yeah.
is alive inside of me. Like, what am
Yeah.
I actually, not what I'd like to be feeling, not what it would look good to feel.
Yeah.
It's like, what's really here?
Yeah.
And your facilitation style took the edge off um, the confronting nature of revealing what's really inside of us. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is a space where truth is safe to emerge.
Mm.
And then in that, the energy of my own emotional body got liberated. It's like, oh, I can feel, I can be more honest, more of
Mm.
me.
Yeah.
And it's a
Yeah.
tender and exquisite and heart opening.
Mm.
It was, yeah, really beautiful for me. And it's such
Mm.
a pleasure, it's such an amazing opportunity to be able to share that with a whole bunch of other people.
Mm.
So thank you for
Yeah.
the work that you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really special.
Thanks, Ash.
Mm,
Thanks for
mm.
inviting me to come to Bloom. That's really special.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Bella, I'm curious about your story, like
Mm.
how you came into this work,
Mm.
like what led you to learn the tools and the skills that you have and share now.
Yeah. I like that. I don't know if I've ever shared that. Um, my story was actually a really painful separation. is kind of what catapulted me into needing to look at what was kind of happening under the surface. So there was this kind of experience of a lot of anxiety and a lot of discomfort, and kind of neurosis. And I was really living in a place of being in my head, and emotionally I was really, really suppressed and frozen. So I went on a journey initially, talk therapy and these therapies that allowed me to kind of understand and have compassion for the root. But I still was not really seeing a lot of shifts because still wasn't feeling. And really, when I learnt, the healing power of feeling, and for me now, that's my belief: feeling is everything. I really dove into embodiment. I dove into understanding why it is, or maybe not why. I don't feel like why is that important, but really having an understanding of the ways I was preventing myself from feeling, so the ways I was preventing myself from being authentic. And it's like the more I felt, the more I was authentic, the more I was safe to just be me in the world. And that's like so delicious. And I just kept on wanting more of that. I was like, okay, now I'm noticing how I'm editing myself. Now I'm noticing how this fear is preventing me from like going after what I want, or this belief system. And like, okay, how can I get under these things? How can I keep growing and expanding? For me, that always came back to feeling, getting intimate with the parts of myself that were driving these behaviors and dictating these habits. Once I was able to like form a relationship in my heart, in my felt experience, the shifts just kept happening, and I kept just dropping more and more into me. Yeah. And now there's no doubt that that's my path. Like feeling first, human first. That's like what I'm here. That's what I'm here for. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So beautiful. I love that.
Yeah.
And to me that story speaks to like what our culture, what our generation is going through.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
we look at our parents and there's a form of striving that is not authentic. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
there's these layers of rigidity and defense and disconnection from the emotional body that
Yeah.
enable action, but um, there's this depth of feeling that's missing. This
Yeah.
disconnection from the core self is what I've personally witnessed within myself and within a lot of people in my
Yeah.
community.
I agree.
And there's
Yeah.
this yearning, and there's this yearning to like, who am I really? Like, what? It's like the vulnerability of feeling has been set aside to be able to take action.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
and then we come back into the feeling body and discover an authentic source of action that
Yeah.
is like connected. It's like, oh, I'm feeling vulnerable. Oh, I'm feeling scared. Oh, I'm feeling thrilled. Like
Mm.
it's building familiarity with the emotional body and bringing it along the ride, like making
Mm.
that the source of truth and taking action from that place and finding power from that place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Initially, it's quite shaky, but then once you get familiar with it, it's like, oh no, there's more joy and more power
Yeah.
and more depth
Yeah.
available to me than there ever was before.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. More life,
Yeah.
right? You're really truly living because there's a willingness to be with all parts of self, and to move from that place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So this is what we're about. This is what we're doing at Bloom, and this is what Bella's work, among many other things, is so incredibly dedicated to.
Yeah.
Um, Bella, I'm curious, like if people want to access you or work with you or go deeper with you, how are
Mm.
they able to do that? What's the best way for them to contact you about that?
Mm. Yeah, so I have a website, so belacrowder.com, that has all my offerings. And really, my focus right now is yeah, bridging or the intersect between astrology, which for me is a beautiful awareness tool, and then embodiment, which really supports the integration of that awareness. And so my passion really is working with people one-on-one longer term. So I've got a mentorship program that's working one-on-one with people over the course of 3 months. And people can also just have an astrology session with me, just a one-off astrology session. Or the Embodied Heart is a 4-week journey I normally run, and that's starting the 14th of June. The next one is starting. And that's an intimate group container. It's 8 people, and we journey these themes and dive into the heart and vulnerability and supporting the creation of safety internally over those 4 weeks. Yeah.
Gorgeous.
And then, of course, at Bloom, you can come see my work, join and get a taste, along with all of the other beautiful facilitators and dear friends of mine, ours.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll tag Bloom, or we'll post a link in the
Yeah.
description of this live about Bloom, like how to access it. It's from the 7th till the 10th of July. We're going to be having campfires and warm cuddle puddles in the middle of winter, loving each other, feeling the warmth.
Dancing.
And yeah, there's going to be so much dancing. We're going to ecstatic dance, contact dance, bachata, tango, many dances. So Bella, if someone's on the fence about joining Bloom and coming along for this adventure, what's your message for them? What do they need to hear?
It's funny, like the response in my body is just like, just come. Like, if you were to get really honest and drop into your heart, I'm sure it would be a yes. But to give you some information for your mind to feel safe in that decision, I honestly just feel like allowing yourself to experience a space where there's a shared value of authenticity and growth and connection is one of the biggest gifts you can give to yourself. Like, there's no denying the kind of it's the word, it's like the afterglow of engaging with an experience like Bloom, the people that you'll meet, the places inside of yourself that you'll meet, the edges that you'll push, and the permission that you'll be given just being around other people that are so free and authentically themselves. Yeah, and you'll get to hang out with us.
We're ready for our community to grow.
Exactly.
Like, we want to see who else is out there and who's up to the same stuff that we're up to. So come join us.
We have a good time.
Yeah, we know how to party. Cool. Thanks, darling. Is there anything else that you want to share before we finish up, or does that feel complete?
Yeah, that feels good. Yeah, I feel excited to see these festivals keep growing and the community keep growing, and I'm just grateful to be a part of it.
Beautiful. Thanks for your time, Bella.
Thanks, Ash.
Appreciate you.
Love you lots.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.